Once there was a boy, a little boy. He had boxes and boxes and boxes of toys, but he didn't want to play with any. He was just plain bored that day. He didn't want to go out and play with anyone. So his mama had an idea. She told him, "Why don't you go out and find a red house with no doors, no windows, but a star within?" That excited the little boy. It was an adventure. So he darted out of his house into the lane and he looked around at the old and the new cottages. Some had red, some had none. But all of them had doors and windows. Where could I find that red house with no doors, no windows, but a star within? Then he met a little girl who was skipping. He went and asked her, "Hey little girl, have you seen a red house with no doors, no windows, but a star within?" And the girl looked at him strangely. She stopped skipping. "I am just a little girl. I have no idea, but maybe my father does. Why don't you come along? He grows lots and lots of vegetables." Now can you all guess what vegetables he would be growing? So the boy then went and asked the farmer. The farmer had no idea. He had never seen a little red house with no doors, no windows, but a star within. He too wanted to know. So the boy promised that he would let him know when he finds one. So off he darted and went looking. He looked here, he looked there. Then he came across an old woman's house. An old grandma was sitting on her rocking chair. He went to her and asked. She too found it strange. She too asked, "When you find the little red house with no doors, no windows, and a star within, tell me too." And the boy promised to tell her too. And off he went and climbed a hill. He looked around. He found none. And he turned back to go home. Then a wind swoosh went past him. And out of fun he said, "Should I ask the wind? Maybe I should." And he said, "Hey wind, have you seen a little red house with no doors, no windows, but a star within?" And for some reason, the wind heard. It swirled around him, pushing him in a direction. And the boy let the wind take him. The wind then directed him to a big, huge tree. It was an apple tree. And then the wind left him and swirled around an apple. An apple fell from the top and the boy got it. And he said, "I asked you a little red house with no doors, no windows, but a star within, and you give me an apple? Still, thank you so much." And if you could have heard, the wind said, "Welcome." Boy ran off to his house and went to his mom and he said, "Mom, I couldn't find the little red house with no doors, no windows, and a star within, but I've got an apple." Mama smiled and said, "Come, let's go into the kitchen." She washed the apple, then she took a knife, and then she cut the apple. Just like this. And she said, as she opened, she told her son to look at it. "Mama, there is a star within. Oh my God. It is too beautiful to eat, Mama." boy admired the star, but the mama said, "We do not waste food. We are going to eat this." So the boy found his answer: a little red house with no doors, no windows, but a star within. The boy wanted to know more. "Mama, how did you know about this?" Mama laughed. "Your grandma had told me a story when I was a young girl. Do you want to hear it?" The boy nodded. Yes, he did want to hear it.